Welcome back, makeup family. Today we're talking about my favorite colorful palettes. So we talked about my favorite brown palettes and neutrals, and then my favorite cool tone neutral palettes. And today we're talking about my favorite category, the brights. So let's get started. I've been sick with allergies for the last couple of days, and my medicine has me like knocked out, half loopy. So I'm gonna start out with the fifth favorite. And look at this beautiful packaging. This is the Magic Palette by Juvia's Place. And I just always love how beautiful and appreciate how beautiful the packaging is. It's just, look at that. That's so gorgeous. The Magic Palette is pretty much everything that you could want in a bright palette. It's got everything that you would need. It's got this really gorgeous, deep, inky purple tone. It's got this beautiful blue. It has all these really gorgeous shimmers. It's got a red. It's got a deep terracotta orange. It has this really lovely duochrome faso. It's like some kind of a lavender shift. It's just, it's a stunning palette. I really love this color, this gorgeous aqua color called Umoja. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch her for you too. And look at that. Look how icy that is. That's Umoja. This green called Buzo here is really just a really saturated, bright in your face green. It's just a lovely bright palette. There's another really pretty aqua called Yara in here that I love, and that's Yara. That's just so pretty. There's so many things that you can do with this palette. This Magic palette is so versatile. It has really great matte transition shades. I love this pink right here. I guess if I were going to critique this palette, I would say it doesn't have a hot pink. Look how pretty that is. I mean, the shimmers in this are just stunning. And I think these palettes are around $22 or $24. I mean, they're very reasonable. You can create such a nice festival look, such a bright, colorful look with this palette. I'm really glad I have this one in my collection. The shimmers are just off the chain. Let's see, what about this color Vi? This is super pretty. I remember this being a very unique color. Look at that. That is so beautiful. And then it's got this color Boronu here that is really just a really nice peachy bronze color. You can pull off a neutral look with this. You can pull off some bright, colorful looks. And I think that's sort of how I rank my palettes, and you know what makes me appreciate a colorful palette is the fact that I can also do neutral looks with it. You know, I appreciate palettes that have just all bright colors, but for me, if it's gonna make it into my favorites and it's gonna be something that I would consider traveling with, it has to be versatile. So it's gonna have to have some good transition shades, and it's gonna also have to have something that I can do some neutral looks with. And so this color here, this is a Nana. It's a nice matte color. This Kessie color here, this bone matte color, this is a really great brow bone color and great to blend in some of these more saturated colors on your lid. This is it's a beautiful, colorful palette. I just love it. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this purple for you. Ugh, that's so stunning. Look at that purple. That's a gorgeous matte. It's actually sort of a satiny matte. I don't know if you can see the sheen at all on my skin, but look how beautiful that is. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll end up doing the whole palette. But you can see in the swatches that this other one is more blue, even though they look very similar. In the pans, they look very similar. This is decidedly blue and decidedly an inky purple. But those are gorgeous mattes. And what I like too about the Juvia's Place formula is that the mattes can be built up and blended out. They don't usually go on your lid super saturated. So you can take your time and, you know, get it together, get your look together and work your look out. So that is probably number 5. But it just depends on, you know, what you go for. I mean, I think all of these, the pigmentation, the formula, the color scheme, they're all things that I love. So the ranking really, I think, has more to do with how useful it is in my collection. So because I have more mature eyelids, I do appreciate when I'm going toward bright tones, I appreciate a matte. So just like, you know, the look I did today with a peach, and then a purple matte. It just sort of grounds the look, and it just makes it a lot more wearable when you have, you know, more mature eyelids that you're dealing with. Okay, so number 4, I have to apologize in advance because this is no longer available. It was a limited edition. It's the Basquiat palette. There were 2 Basquiat palettes by Urban Decay. And I hate to say it, but this was probably the last palette that Urban Decay made that blew me away. This Basquiat collaboration, show you the packaging, was stunning. This palette is super colorful and chock full of really nice quality matte colors. It has a couple of shimmers, but for the most part, there are mattes and satins in here. This matte aqua color is so beautiful. Look at this. That is so stunning. This matte blue. Ooh. Look at this. That would be a gorgeous look together. Those 2 colors right there, I'm gonna have to do a look with that. Those are super pretty. Okay. That is just a stunning palette. This pink shade. Now she crumbled a little on me. And then I'll do the purple too, just so you can get a sense. And these are silky, very silky, and they are very buildable. So this is the purpley matte color, the pink color. And it's just, the formulation on this is, the color story and the formulation on this Basquiat palette is just lovely. Just super pretty. And I think I'm gonna do a look with this, this blue and teal color. That is just so pretty. I never really saw those swatched next to each other, and I think that would be really pretty. Okay, I'm scrubbing off these. So this one is gonna come in 4th place. I gotta show you this beautiful forest green and this lime green. That is just such a beautiful palette. So you can get a really nice blue look, a teal look, a green look, or pink and purple look out of it. And so for this little bitty palette, there's so much versatility in what you can do because it has like all of your basic colors covered here. You can do a pink and purple eye, you can do a green, teal, blue eye. I mean, it's really, really nice. There's nothing neutral about the palette, and I don't have a problem with that in this particular palette because there were 2 palettes in the Basquiat collection. The other one is this gorgeous, very all neutral, and these are some very silky satin mattes in that palette. I'm glad that I purchased everything in that Basquiat collection. I do not regret it because I didn't realize it at the time that it would be so long before I would encounter another product by Urban Decay that just blew me away. So the Basquiat collection is the last one that did. Okay, now we're gonna go to third place. And this is my Pat McGrath La Vie en Rose palette. This is such a gorgeous palette. Beautiful peach. This purple is just divine. It has a little bit of a metallic quality to it. It's not a matte. And you can see the metallic sheen on that. That is just so pretty. It's very similar to what I have on my eye today, but I don't have this on. And then the gold in here is just beautiful. This is just a stunning, stunning palette. The La Vie en Rose. Next up, we've got, when I was thinking about doing colorful palettes, I thought, I should also include palettes that are colorful for one color, like a one color palette that's colorful. So I have to give it up to the Just My Luck palette by Colourpop. This palette is everything that I wanted in a green eyeshadow palette like last year and couldn't find, and had to buy all kinds of palettes just to kind of get enough variety of greens to be able to do a respectable green eye. And I love green eyeshadow, so I was so happy to get this. I know that the Mary Jane palette, I don't know if that's what it's called. That's just what's in my, Smoke palette from Melt is coming out on 4/20, and people are very excited. But I no longer feel like I need to stand in line and rush and get that. I don't even want it anymore. I'm happy, I'm satisfied. My green cravings have been sated, and I am good. This is just, it has 5 mattes in it and then 4 shimmers, and it just meets all of my needs. It really does. I love this color, Kiss My Ass. This is such a nice green. It's got, look at that. That's just such a nice, minty, pretty green. And then there's this other lighter color here called Chances Are. And that is a really light mint green. I don't think the shadows are, I think it's because I'm wiping the back of my hands with alcohol that it's kind of crumbling up a little bit because my skin. Isn't that pretty? I mean, it's so unique. It's everything, like I said, that I wanted. Mo Bamba is like a hunter green. And I remember the look I did with this. I had so much fun using this palette. This was a joy to use. And I just love it. So I'm gonna have to name that my favorite all green palette. Now, in a tie with the Just My Luck palette, for a green eyeshadow palette, is another stunner, which is my Safari Rain palette. It was included in one of my recent favorites videos because this is just a stunning green palette. It's not an all green palette, but it is a green color story that is just, I have to give it an honorable mention. It's a beautiful palette. And this color right here, Congo Basin, this really interesting olive green color that I don't think I really have anywhere else in my collection. And it is super unique. That is so beautiful. And that really flatters and complements my eyes nicely. I had so much fun putting together the look from that palette. Stunning green eye looks from this, by the way. It's just, this is an incredible palette. This is one of my favorites that I've purchased. For an all one color look, the Natasha Denona Lila palette, this purple and pink number here, this is what she looks like. And I was super excited when that color story came out. It's really, really just a beautiful purple, pink, mauve kind of palette. That is just so, and I just love the packaging. That's just super cute. It's not entirely pink and purple, though. I think if I had a complaint, that would be the complaint, that it's not entirely pink and purple. For first place, for colorful eyeshadow palettes, it's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Riviera palette, my #1 colorful palette right now. And there are oh so many reasons why. This is such a stunning palette. It is beautiful. This whole bottom row are mattes, and they aren't just mattes. I mean, these are great. The Anastasia formulation of mattes, they are pigmented, they are blendable, they are creamy. They do, the pink and purple do stain your eyes though, so beware if you have problems with that, but it does stain your eyes. But they are very saturated. This is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. I have this gorgeous color can, the purple, and also some of this color Estate on my eyes today, and it turned out really, really cute. So this color can is like this really cool, it's like a really cool grape, like a grape jelly kind of color. And that's kind of unique in my collection. I don't have a lot of purples like that. The purple, for example, out of this great purple called Purple Rain, out of the Pat McGrath palette, is a very cool toned, the other color almost looks mauve in comparison. And it has a great deal of sheen as well. It's not a matte. But this is a completely matte purple. And I can certainly appreciate that because I know how hard they are to formulate well. I also have on this gorgeous color. This palette is a winner for so many reasons. It has all of these really this great mustard color here, called Cabana, Coastline. It has all these great transition colors here that work so well with the colorful shimmers at the top. And then you've got these deep matte colors. I mean, this palette, you can do neutral looks with it. You can do colorful looks with it. It is just, it's just beautiful. And I love it. There's the peach. So what I'm wearing on my eyes today is a combination of these two colors. And I have a little bit of this on my outer corner as well, this Purple Rain. And I liked how the purple turned out. I like how it turned out. And on my waterline below, I have my favorite eyeliner right now, which is Overdrive by Urban Decay. It stays really nicely in the waterline. But that color Can and that color Estate, I just love it. The Bahamas is like this bright pink here. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch her for you too. Look at that. That is pink. That is so pretty. Some of the my favorite shimmers in here, for example, are this color Yacht. It is a beautiful bronze. Look at that. And look at that reflect on that color. It's so different. I mean, it's like a peach reflect. It's a bronze with a peach reflect or something. That is just so stunning. And then colors like Mediterranean, this blue. That is just so unique. That beautiful blue, it looks like sea glass. That is just, it's just an incredible color. It's beautiful. This is a beautiful palette. This is one of my favorite palettes that I own right now. and I can't stop using it to create neutral looks, to create colorful looks. It has it all. I mean, this like peach and purple look that I did today, this is beautiful. Then, you know, I've done, you know, this color palm, this dark brown with this beautiful bronzy shade right here called Yacht. It's just, I mean, I can't stop using it. It's beautiful. I can't stop talking about it and can't stop using it. So those are my picks for favorite colorful palettes, and I will link in the description box below the links to the other neutral and then the cool tone palettes in a playlist. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you on the very next one.